In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the Franklin Township Environmental Commission was made by posting on the bulletin board at the municipal building, posted on the Township's website, and electronically transmitted to the official designated newspapers indicating that this meeting would take place on October 6, 2025. Okay. So we'll do the roll call. Let's see what I have over here. I have that right here. Good. Okay. Walter Andrews. Here. Easy. Ellen Vessel.
Here.
Stan is here.
Present, yes.
Arnold. Here. Maria. Me. Ted Chase.
Yes.
Robin is not here. And Tara's here and Ed's here. Okay. Chair report. I'm doing what I have done in the past, catch up a little bit on some of the warehouse proposals that we've been worked on. The B9 warehouse proposal is now in the appeal process. Court schedule and responses have been pushed further, deliberations into January. But this week there was a hearing, and both the applicant and protesters filed, or the HOA and the town had oral arguments in front of Judge Menon. So now he'll deliberate that part of it. So it's moving along, but it's still going to be a while before we see a big warehouse on the corner of Metlers and Schoolhouse Road.
Who is it that's appealing now?
The citizen group called CWAG, which is Canal Walk Against Warehouse, and the Township. Now the Onyx warehouse proposal is now stalled as the owners of the Somerset Home Nursing Home have objected and have engaged an attorney, because it turns out that you got the intersection of New Brunswick Road and the road coming out from ShopRite, or where the trucks would come in. It's real not defined as to who owns that corner. It may belong to Somerset Home. So that's why they got an attorney, and they're protesting. And that's the only entrance that trucks can get to if they're going to build that warehouse. So we don't know what's going to happen there. Somerset Run is protesting that as well.
Isn't that stretch of New Brunswick Road restricted against trucks?
I thought it was. There's a sign that says no trucks over such and such. But because the road that goes to ShopRite, that's private property.
Yeah.
And he needs an easement, and evidently he's not getting that.
Yeah.
So the other road is the only other way to get into the I mean, I do it. I'm coming down New Brunswick, I make the right turn and go to ShopRite, or to Wells Fargo, or whatever else is in that little area. But evidently, the nursing home didn't realize what was going on until late, so they've now filed objections. Oh, the other proposal that involves Somerset Run is to build 2 buildings on Davidson Avenue and New Brunswick, right on the Davidson. And that has been sent back to the applicant with a recommendation that the architect redesign the buildings. We want them to have the parking inside and not outside this area that would be like an L shape. So that's still on hold. Stan, I did put in a notice to talk to the manager of the Elizabeth Avenue ShopRite about putting in an EV charger. So he's supposed to call me back. He has my phone number, my name. We'll see what happens. So I got that. We should hear back. Supposedly, the assistant manager said he would call me back.
But ShopRite does not have any application in place.
No.
They just voluntarily they want to.
I don't know. I want to introduce the subject to him. He may know about it already. But
another ShopRite in New Jersey, somewhere in Huntington County, they installed DC fast charging station.
Good. That gives me more information.
It was initiated through ShopRite by itself, so they probably have more interest to do that. But it was installed as a network of Electrify America.
Okay.
And Electrify America, I don't know exactly what's the location, but Electrify America would not install it unless it's near highly frequented.
Well, the ShopRite's busy, that's for sure. No, it's not on the highway. But we have them now at Canal Walk, and that didn't cost us anything to get installed. So we'll see what happens, but at least it's a start. Yeah. And, and I did want to mention, in case everybody didn't know, that Ted is going to get an award on Friday, and the Environmental Commission is going to get an award on Friday. Thank Ted for all the work. That's what this is, we're a recognition of all the work that Ted's been doing over the years. And us too. We got things, the micro-mobility study was mentioned, and Ed was part of that as well. So we're doing okay. So,
I'll mention in connection with what you said about the proposed stores at Davidson and New Brunswick Road.
Right.
That we did get a revised plan. It's not a major redesign. Buildings are not positioned, the position of the buildings is not changed. There's more,
from what they did first time, yeah.
there's more buffering along New Brunswick Road.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Everybody wants to.
Did they give a reason why they want two buildings and not just one building?
One is two-story. It has stores on the bottom and offices on top. The other building up
Well, the office on top basically is for the owner of the property. I think he owns a lot of other things too, but he wants to have his office there. The comment I keep making is that there ought to be he's got a staircase at the front of the building, at the back of the building, but there's no emergency exit at the back point. Which there ought to be, in my opinion anyway.
Let's keep going. Next item is approval of the minutes from the September 29th, 2020.
Move.
Are there any changes or modifications? I have to abstain, I wasn't here.
I have last minute change because the sentence that was referring to me talking about the agrivoltaics farm in near Riders Lane, which is part of Rutgers. So what I was saying is that it was part of the Sunday campaign, but not Sunday because it's Sunday, but S-U-N like a sun day.
Sunday, not day of the week.
Where is this in the minutes, Dan? Just direct me.
Period, day, so sun, space, day.
Space Day, yes.
Where is this in the minutes? First page, second page?
It is, I don't remember. It's the second house.
It should be in the low on the first page, I think.
Okay. You can keep going, I'll find it. I can just correct it here if you want.
I sent email to this respect at around 2 p.m. and I copied you, so you will have it back.
Okay.
But I thought, just to make it clear what was the context, because it was part of the report from the Energy and Infrastructure Committee.
Okay.
And, the context was that during that campaign, there were more events. And the other one that I was talking was a community solar event, which was happening in Bridgewater. And at that time, I could not recall the name of the presenter. Not that it matters, but the Sunday campaign apparently will have future events as well.
Okay.
So this is something that we want to keep an eye on for the future so that we can share with our audience. Because at that time when we discovered it, it was too late at the time. So the context was just talk about what's happening in the field of energy.
Okay.
I'm kind of elaborating already a little bit more, but that one sentence
Got it, thank you. All right, well, we'll make the change.
You make those changes. Okay, all in favor of accepting the minutes with the changes just proposed?
Aye.
Passed. Good. Motion to open the floor for public comment?
So move.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Bill left us, so we don't have any public comment. Correspondence. This might be a little interesting. I've got two letters. First one is a notice to the DEP about asking for a letter of interpretation from the New Jersey Chinese Community Center on Adams Street. It's a letter of interpretation for wetlands, absence of regulated wetlands, and transitioning of buffers on site. It says 111 and 117 Adams Street. I got the block numbers. I think it's off Elizabeth Avenue, down near Joe Danielson's office, I think. I remember, because the map's back here. There's the block room.
Okay. Oh, this is a wetlands letter of interpretation?
yeah.
Okay.
The DEP.
Okay, New Jersey Chinese Community Center. Okay. All right.
Right?
Do I do anything with it, or just like hold on to it?
No,
or-
I'll do. If
yeah,
I have
I
any
will.
questions. The second one was one I thought would be of interest, but Robin's not here. Like another application for freshwater wetlands letter of interpretation. Address is 100 Sudam Road. So that's Robin's.
She doesn't live on Sudam Road anyway.
What?
She doesn't live on Sudam Road.
It's actually on 27?
No, it's on Skillman.
On Skillman, right. It just says, okay, so it's, here's the mapping. It's a big lot, 322,000 square feet.
So is this on Skillman or Sudan?
It's,
Right?
it just says Skillman, Sudam Road, 60-foot right-of-way per tax map. So this must be Sudam Road. Otherwise, it's no streets listed. That's the only street listed.
Could be out further.
Yeah. Again, it's, land protection of proposed plans, freshwater wetlands letter of interpretation. You know who that one is?
It's way out, yeah, there's a jog in the road before it gets to Canal Road.
What is the request?
What?
What is it about?
It's, they want a wetlands, a application for a freshwater wetlands letter of interpretation submitted to the DEP in Trenton. Land resource protection, development shown on the enclosed plans. I don't have the plans, I just have this map. But that may be something that we're gonna see down the road.
Does it say who owns it?
Application for, it just has the address. Well, and on the lot, it doesn't have a name either. It just says lot and lot number, 7.32 acres. That's all it says. And, there's no other identification stuff anywhere. Now, this was dated end of August, but, when we got it, you know, okay. Now, we were scheduled for, I don't see him here. We're gonna have a presentation by a president of, Live Oak Landscapers, but he's not here at this point.
We can keep going with
I
our
think we'll
site
keep
plan
going,
review, or-
and what he shows, he shows.
Yep.
I talked to him by email. I keep hearing noises, but so next is, are there any site plans?
Okay, sorry, I had, for some reason, something weird happened with my computer, so I had to but I'm just, give me 1 second, I'm just reconnecting to this thing right up
Okay.
here, give me 1 second.
I told him to turn left when he came through the main door.
Okay, I'll start with mine's head if you don't mind, if I have it up,
Go ahead.
that's okay?
Sure.
So I have two, so one is from the last time, it's called the Tawi Dawa Center. Sorry, I had it loaded up on the map and everything, but now it's gonna take a minute, but I can talk about it at least in the meantime. Sorry. Okay, so here's the plan, so you can get this going. This is located at 630 South Middlebush Road. I'm gonna zoom in so you can kind of see. This is the overall site plan. In 2022, it received approval as a house of worship. And since then, it's changed. The actual building footprint has been reduced slightly. The number of parking spaces are the same. The location of the parking lot is the same. Same number of trees proposed to take down. The difference is it's going to be a mosque now, so the architectural style has changed. I'm going to show you the plan here. So I've gone through it. Yes, restore that. I need that. Okay. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay. I think it's these plans that are making. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is this the one on the side where the tree farm was?
This is at.
This would be the one next to Snyder's Farm.
Oh, next to Snyder's Farm,
It's
okay.
is this it right here? No, that looks not right.
No.
630
Yeah,
South Middle Bush Road. Okay. Oh, it's right here.
It says Snyder.
Okay. So it's this property right
I'm
here.
gonna just go check if
It's
he's,
not what's.
It's highlighting the correct
Circle
one.
with the
Here we
blue
go.
line.
Yes, it's this. So this is the property right here. Let me go back to my sheet now so I can actually tell you about it. Okay, so it's located at 630 South Middlebush Road. It's in the agricultural zone. The total site is 15.96 acres. The proposed building is 25,968 square feet. So it's going to take that, and the parking is going to take up a lot of the site. Like I mentioned, originally in 2022, it received approval under a previous owner for a religious structure. The proposal is consistent with the original approval with minor modifications. So the building is in the same location, however, the footprint has been reduced from 21,083 square feet to 19,350 square feet. The rear yard setback has been increased by 4.9 feet, and the side yard setback has been increased by 0.5 feet.
So that setback in the back, it's been reduced, but it's still pretty close to the
It's been increased, but it's still close, yes. It's 75.5 feet,
And what is the requirement?
75.
So it meets the requirement?
It's 0.5 over. 0.5 over, yep. What else here? The architectural style has been changed because it's now a mosque. The building height is below the maximum allowance of 35 feet. Parking lot and number of spaces is the same. They are proposing to give a conservation easement to Franklin Township in the area where the wetlands are and the transition area, which is in the southwest corner of the property. Let me scroll down here. Okay, so this is kind of an overall site plan. The parking lot, you can see there's a parking lot proposed here, 158 spaces altogether. So you got a larger parking lot over here, smaller lot. This over here is a bioretention basin to deal with stormwater management. This is the proposed structure. And this is the area of the proposed conservation easement to Franklin Township for the wetlands. So this area here shows you the wetlands with the transition area. What else can I show you? That's good here. So let me scroll down.
Impervious surface, are they okay?
Impervious coverage, they are okay. They are under the amount. I can get you the exact number, but they're within the allowable limits.
Was there an issue previously with their septic system?
They are proposing to build a septic, but there was no issue. So they meet the soil standards for permeability for septic. And yes, they are building their own septic. So no issues there. They are planting, let me see how many trees it was. I just want to get you the right number. They're not requesting a use variance. They only need C variances, and it's for the setbacks that I told you about. There's 158 parking spaces proposed. There's no EV parking spaces shown on the plan, so they require 7.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. 238 replacement trees are proposed.
I think that in the comment regarding the charging stations. I just calculated 6.32. We rounded to 7.
Yeah.
I would propose, if they reduce the parking capacity to 150, they can just install 6 charging stations.
Right.
Now, the benefit is that it would reduce impervious surface further. So,
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
it's some sort of concession that they can build to themselves. I don't think they will accept it, but is it okay to make such a suggestion?
It's okay, but there are probably requirements as to how many parking
Or is
spaces.
that so?
Yeah, but number of seats, the capacity of the bus will determine how many parking.
Okay, then take it out. Sorry, I
Well,
was supposed to know
it may be that they've got more than they need.
No, I think you can suggest it, and if it's possible, it's possible.
I think it's a good suggestion, yeah, if we reduce it to 150, then they're in that 6 threshold instead of the 4%, right? Okay, there's no anti-idling signs shown, so I put that down as a recommendation.
It's not a warehouse or a business, yeah. The only idling is gonna be if parents are waiting to pick up their kids.
I did say we should probably look at pervious pavement for the parking area. Okay. And, the one thing is, so I see they're planting 238 replacement trees. I just had to do this today, so I had to end up doing this while I was sitting here, so I didn't get a chance to really look at, I could do the math. I didn't get a chance to do the math. I cannot find where they write how many trees they're taking out. Now, by doing the math, because they've come up with 238 replacement, I can figure it out, but so I had to take this over for EZ because he's not here today, so I didn't get a chance to really dive into that part, but I can look at it. But they are planting 238 replacement trees. This is South Middlebush Road, so they're planting a few large trees along here. One interesting thing that they're doing, I thought, is they're planting this farm pollination buffer mix in this area here, which is like a pollinator, grass, shrub kind of thing. I thought that was interesting that they were doing that there. They're putting trees along the residential properties for buffering. And in the parking areas.
Taking down a lot of woods.
Correct.
Within that parking.
Right. So, we can look, yeah, the wooded, it's a lot of wooded area, obviously.
You know where you might find it on the demolition, if there's a demolition. But
Yeah.
They're not taking anything down, any buildings,
Let me look and
but there might be
see.
a landscaping plan also.
I was looking at the landscaping plan. I don't see it there, but I can look at the demolition plan. Actually, this is a tree inventory, it looks like. Tree removal note. Tree clearing shall be limited to the time of year as permitted by NJDEP.
Yeah, that's standard.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, they're taking down 410 trees. 430 then are required. I'm sorry, wait, that's wrong. Existing trees to be removed. They're taking down, 150, nope. So 238 are required. 238 are being planted. 430 are required. So the difference is going to the shade tree fund. So the difference of 238 and 430, so roughly, 200 amount times $300 per tree is going to go to the shade tree fund to make up the difference. So let me add this together because yeah. And so they're taking down, I don't know why they didn't just total it up here, but that's okay. 33, 31, 171. They're taking down 88 trees.
Just for your information, the latest is, I think, $315 a tree,
Okay.
but it's still up for debate because the shade tree is going back and forth saying that it hasn't been or not, after not doing it for 10 years, and us getting on their backs about not doing it every year, increasing the amount every year as they're supposed to. They haven't done it in 3 years.
Wow, okay.
So, and they're saying, well, we'll increase it by 5%. And inflation is more than 5% over the last 3 years. So, it's still being discussed, but it's a minimum of $315 now.
Well, they don't have to follow inflation. They can.
No, they don't have to. I mean, prices could go down even.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that they would decrease the fee.
If somebody used cost of living as the escalator, nobody can argue that,
Yeah.
really. That would be typical.
I think that's what the engineering department, it's their job to do this. I think they just threw that out there as 5%.
The other way is to go out and get bids and take the average and use that, a real number.
If you go to one of the tree farms and look at a tree, they're gonna cost, a B&B, and it's gonna cost more than $300 for a 7-foot tree.
Okay, so the 192 192 times, is it right now on the books 300 or
Well,
350?
the ordinance has not changed yet that I'm aware of. They threw that number out there at 315, and I don't know if it's gonna stay there or it's going to change.
That would require a town council vote? to change
Yeah, I
it.
mean, anytime there's an ordinance change,
Yeah.
engineering has to present it to the council, and they have to just approve one way or the other.
So maybe we also make the recommendation that they replace more trees on site because they're looking to put a lot, they're coming
Right.
under by 200 something trees. And the EV spaces, we want to say, mention if they reduce to
150.
150, they only have to do 6 spaces and reduces impervious coverage. That's all I got for that one, unless anyone has any other questions. Okay, that's that one.
Wait, one more thing. I think I just want to double check. In our checklist, at some point we wanted to make a recommendation that the charging stations for all installations will be spaced out by
Yes,
one.
we have that in our blurb. We've updated our blurb to say that every other.
Do we include that here?
Yes, it's in our standard blurb,
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the Taweed Dawal Center. Then I have one more, and I know Ted has one.
How many trees would they be required? Was 400?
430, and they're planting 238. The other one I have that I'll go over, and then Ted can go over his, is Houndtown, 543. So they've submitted a new submittal, which is essentially a letter. So Houndtown in the past this is located at 1695 Amwell Road. This is right across the street here. And this was, sorry, let me get this up. Okay. So this is for a Class 5 cannabis retail dispensary, and they needed a use variance. It was denied. They have submitted a request back to the zoning board, basically asking for reconsideration to see if they can be reapproved, or not reapproved, but reheard, because their use variance was denied. So that's why it's on us here. Let me look and see what our last comments were. And there's no new updated site plans or anything like that. The last thing we said was the EC does not have any recommendations to submit regarding environmental impacts, however, does wish to provide an opinion on the proposed location of this business. The proposed commercial use is not compatible with provisions or intent of the R20 zone, and in this instance specifically conflicts with the existing surrounding area. The additional business to be situated in the existing structure could also impact traffic and parking in this already busy intersection. So our last comment, which was on May 20th, was that we didn't have any environmental comments because they were looking to go into the existing building. They weren't looking to build anything new, increase anything, but we basically said that we felt that the use, which is what they were going for, a use variance, didn't really fit. So we can submit the same memo if everyone feels the same way, or if anyone has any comments they want to make, different comments.
We just copy.
With the zoning board, I would simply deny the rehearing.
I think that's what, yeah, it's probably what it comes down to. Okay, that's what I have.
Okay.
Ted has Ted has one. NPH Realty resubmission. I'll put up. You want me to put up your notes from before? Sorry, guys. Usually the meeting runs much smoother than this. I'm having like a technical difficulty, which is very annoying. So just bear with me here, because I have Ted's email. Oh, here we go. Ted's email is up and ready to go. Okay. While we're doing this, guys, I think I introduced Javon to everyone, right? I don't know if everyone got you. Ellen, I don't know if you met Javon. Okay, good. So he's interested in volunteering for our energy and infrastructure committee, but the reason we asked you to come, like I mentioned, is there might be different things you want to work with after, like, kind of working with the commission, or there might be something different that is more helpful. So we figured if you sit and listen, maybe then, you might be like, oh, I see what they're doing and I want to do this or that.
All right, so far.
Great. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for coming.
Great exposure.
Good. So, okay, excellent. All right. So every meeting.
Question,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what's your background? What brings you?
I work in financial services, so like I've worked in banking over the last 10 years, but I don't know. It's so many environmental issues from a larger perspective, but it's really interesting to see how many sequential events end up creating the implications in the township. So, such as like warehouses, dispensaries, using of variances, how many trees you need to replant if you're going to tear down 400 and something. Like, this is all great exposure for me to know exactly how to improve the environment in a municipality or in a state across the board. Like, even within the last 40 minutes of being here, like I've seen so many different people have opinions, knowledge, information, so forth. So it just really brightens my
Glad. You don't have to, if you have an interest, that's it, you don't have to, we appreciate you being here, that's great. So every meeting we have to, the Environmental Commission is required to go through site plan approval, a site plan review, that's before the planning board or zoning board. So that's what we're doing right now. We do this every meeting first, and then we go through other projects. So just so you know.
When you do the site plan review, I guess you make recommendations to what the planning and the zoning board, or is it just amongst yourself? Okay.
So the last one we reviewed, the Houndtown one, that was a zoning board. So our comments will go to the zoning board. If it's under the planning board, it'll go to the planning board, and they review that along with all their other reviews from like the Fire Safety Commission and Health Department, everything there. So
Generally, they give our comments to the applicant, and the applicant usually answers those at least at the meetings. So sometimes they say, yes, we'll do it, yes, we won't, or well, we can do this, that kind of thing. But the applicant ends up with our comments.
I was gonna say, if they really wanted it, I guess they take your comments and then perform the.
they do. Sometimes they do. Yep. Sometimes they do, which is great.
Some site applications are impacting neighboring residents, and we had a situation in the past that it impacted lots of people, and they all came here and they disrupted our meeting.
Excuse me.
I got you.
We don't have public sessions.
All right, so this one, so we'll move forward, we'll go to the next. So if you have any questions though, feel free to pop in. So Ted is doing NPH Realty, which is a resubmission. The last one was, I guess, do you want to go through it, Ted? Do you want me to just pull up your notes? What's the easiest thing to do? So it looks like you're saying here they put plantings along the Brunswick Road frontage.
Yeah, and they also in this, they had previous versions, they had two small, as they call it, amenities, basically outside tables and chairs. And one was sort of between the two buildings and one was close to the New Brunswick Road frontage. The latest plan, they have one larger area for such, but right smack up against Davidson Avenue. And I would suggest, I think the earlier proposal would be better if they put enough bushes around the one that's close to New Brunswick Road.
So the original proposal with screening, like vegetative screening, is better.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me one Ted, real quick?
Well,
Tell them
no,
what it
it's
is.
more that the original proposal, one of the two small amenity areas is up between the two buildings, so it's not close to the street. The other one is close to the New Brunswick Road frontage, but I think it would be acceptable if you had enough bushes between it and New Brunswick Road.
Okay.
The biggest change in this proposal from previous is a lot of planting along New Brunswick Road, and I think the board had asked them for plantings to shield the rear of the two-story buildings. I think they've overdone it because they're putting them all the way down, down to the sewage authority easement.
Okay.
Whereas I think going down to the first bit of existing woodlands would be enough.
Okay.
You can see this when you look at the plan.
All right. Got it.
So that's basically, and they have now followed an earlier suggestion that I had, that they ought to have buffering along the northeasterly line because there's a house next door on Davidson, and there ought to be buffering there.
Okay. Well, that's good. So they did take one of the suggestions from last time.
Yeah.
So this is the two-story mixed-use building and then a single-story retail building that they're proposing on this site.
Yeah, so you can see there the larger amenity, but that cross-hatched bit with, well, I think of 4 tables in it.
Oh, okay. And you're saying it used to be in here?
Yeah,
Okay.
the submission actually, they did include the prior plans, which was helpful.
Yeah, but they didn't include the sheet.
Well, I can, the previous version, they had about here, a small, maybe 2 tables, just place you could sit around outside, and then one about here. And this is the plan, well, this doesn't show the new plantings, that would be on the landscape.
Okay.
But they're all along here, and you see, there's woods here. My suggestion is they only need to go as far as these woods. They don't need to go all the way down to here.
Okay.
Although, will we to turn down more trees?
Right.
Didn't the write-up talked about the planning board wanting it to be an L shape?
Yes,
Do it side by
the
side?
planning board requested, or some members requested, essentially one extended building, sort of L-shaped. In other words, would be a single-story section running like that.
Right.
Which they certainly have not done in these revised plans.
Okay, let me just check your notes and make sure you didn't say anything else that, okay, buffering you did, and amenity area. They have not attempted what the planning board wanted, which is the story, okay. Okay, that's it for that one then. Anybody have any other questions, comments?
Do they have any of the parking areas impervious? Or pervious, I should say, pervious.
Did you notice, Ted, any pervious?
Oh, I don't think I
Pavement?
looked at that. Well, you can see they've got a couple of underground detention basins.
Yeah, that I remember from the last one, which is good.
Yeah.
I remember looking at this briefly. I don't think they said anything.
They're unlikely to do both.
Pervious pavement proposal.
Okay.
Look for that.
That's all right, we can add it. What about anti-idling signs? Did you see any? I didn't see any
No.
either. And anti-idling, we'll add that. I think that works. Let me look at the last submittal. Anti-idling signs we recommended. We asked that they moved one of the dual charging stations because it was directly in front of the retail section of the development. Let me check on that. And then we said, well, typically out of our review, we noted that the mixed-use building only has one set of exit doors for the offices. An additional exit on the southwestern section was recommended in case of emergency.
No, I mentioned that.
You mentioned that again, okay. Let me check
That's
this.
not really an environmental.
No, we said that. It was typically out of our review. Where's that building? Oh, hold on, I'm in the wrong thing. I'm in the wrong plan now. Yeah, now I'm in the wrong plan. Okay, we're here. Okay. In the retail building, we said that there was an EV charging station directly outside of the exit, and we wanted that moved. Or the door, I'm sorry, it was right outside the door.
Actually, the fire department should
Let me
have
look up
a
here.
say in that also. That's really the fire department.
Yeah?
Yeah, look, up there is a charging station.
Here.
So they moved
Well,
it.
no, up against the building. Oh, that's the.
That's the handicap.
And here's a candy.
Yeah, they did have.
How many they have overall?
I think it's, no, I'm sure.
Oh, they put a bicycle rack in,
But
look.
I'm not sure where it's wound up.
What about on the right side next to the other handicap? What's that sign? On the
This
left
here?
side, the right side.
This?
No, right where your finger is. What's next to the handicap?
Sarah, what's the percentage for EV?
If they have over
Oh, down
150
here,
parking
yeah.
spaces,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
4%.
No idling
And then then there's a
zone.
range, like
Have a no
100
idling
to 150 is 6 spaces.
Yeah.
85%.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah.
They have it,
So,
they always want to have a dual, like as if the store is.
Oh, here's an EV space. Here's EV.
Yeah,
One,
That's what you're looking at now.
yeah, 1, 2, okay.
They should have, so they do have.
Oh, here's a no idling signs here. Yeah.
Sign.
Here it
They
is.
really should, anywhere they have parking, they should have no idling.
Oh, here's one too. No idling zone here.
Yeah.
No idling zone here. They do have signs around. Okay.
Anything in the back?
I don't see anything about
No,
pervious
yeah.
pavement.
So you suggested them to have.
There's no idling zone.
Well, actually, no, it was other members, I think particularly Bob Thomas, other members of the planning board suggested this, which is, of course, a radical redesign.
Yeah, there's no pervious pavement. I just double checked, so we gotta recommend that. Okay. Anybody else have their comments, questions?
If you go to the landscaping plan, you'll see what they propose there.
And underground water storage is where?
Here's the landscaping plan.
Yeah, here's, you see, a lot of planting along there. QPH, that's some sort of a, you know, thing.
The terrain is sloping this way.
It slopes generally that way. It doesn't, most of the slope is back here.
Water, so that underground water, stormwater storage, there's somewhere.
Yeah, if Tara can move.
Which way do you want to go? Back to
The
the?
one that shows underground, yeah, you see both,
This?
yeah, this is behind the two-story building, and there's not pavement over it, and then there's one up there that would have pavement over it.
So it's underneath the park.
All right, anybody have any more questions, comments on this one? No?
Okay.
All right, then that's all we got, I think.
Okay.
Or, you didn't have any, right, Paul?
No,
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 okay, so
yes,
I think we're good there. Thank you, Ted.
Then we'll move on to new business. Potential partnership with the Franklin Township Astronomy Club, Dark Sky International Work.
Yes.
That's really, I mean, we did the Firefly Walk on the grasslands with them. And
We did. So the astronomy club has a new president that they're working with, and he's really interested in light pollution and working on the Dark Skies initiative. So he had reached out to our email and basically said he is the co-leader of the astronomy club. He's also an advocate member of the Dark Sky International New Jersey chapter. He's been working, trying to work with municipalities on a model municipal building ordinance. And he was interested to see if we would be interested in working on that with him and kind of going through the dark sky model. So I sent him the spreadsheet because we already did this with Dark Sky International to work on our model ordinance. I sent that to him to look at, and it has recommendations about things we can do, we can't do, things we should strive to do.
This
So
is the lighting ordinance.
Yeah, and so I sent it to him, and he said, okay, this is great, and he wants to kind of meet with us and see if he can just like pick our brains about lighting and talk about why it's important for astronomy and, insects. And so I said I would meet with them I said I would meet with them before our October 20th meeting, and then kind of figure out, like, maybe there is some kind of partnership that we can do with them. So if anyone here is interested and wants to attend that meeting or anything like that, you're welcome.
Well, having,
Robin would be the one that.
I sent it to her specifically, yeah,
And,
so she's gonna let me know if she can do it, but if anyone else wants to,
it makes sense. I've been in lighting since 1960-something.
yeah, if you wanna participate, you
I guess,
absolutely
yeah.
can.
Yeah. I think
It's during, let me see what, I have it, when I'm meeting with them, it's during the day, I think it's this week.
It depends on
Oh, yeah.
whether I end up scooting down to
Wednesday,
the...
October 15th at 11:30
11.
here. Wednesday, October 15th, 11:30 here.
Tara, this is the Franklin Township Astronomy Club.
Yes.
This is not a Franklin Township official, like with the municipality.
No, it's a private.
So, do you know if these people have been in touch with the gentleman who came in front of Open Space, who was talking about an
Yes.
observatory up
Yes,
at
yeah.
Greektown?
He's still a member of the astronomy club. He's just no longer the president. So this
Okay.
is their new. So
He's
he's involved.
in
Yes.
this. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is there anything new about that up in Greektown that you're aware of?
No. I mean, that's like a major undertaking.
Yeah.
That project. Yeah. So no, nothing new yet. And they have a new set of president and co-president here. They've also reached out to me because they want to partner with the Trails Advisory Committee to like really start doing more observations, more consistent observations at John Clyde Memorial Native Grasslands Preserve. So they seem like that's kind of what they're focused on. But yeah, Zach, he's still very involved.
October 15th, what time?
11:30 a.m.
Here
here.
in the building?
Yep, right here in this
11:30.
room. 11:30. Yep. And we'll go through and see what they say, but Robin has had an interest in updating our municipal lighting ordinance. I know you have. We had Dark Sky International kind of do the crosswalk.
Yeah, they did that.
Yes, I
And
sent
they-
that to
And they
them.
did some recommendations.
Yeah, so maybe they have ideas as to how we can make those recommendations actually happen, so. So we will be meeting with them. We'll keep you posted.
Maybe they can identify the comment as to what it is.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. How about the EC self-assessment tool?
So did I send this to everybody in the email, self-assessment tool? I can't remember if I sent it or not. Okay. I wasn't sure how much time we would have on our meeting. I know we had a lot of site plan review. I know like Maria has to leave soon. So maybe we can do this at the next meeting, but I'll pass it around. Unless we have time later, we can. But basically, Anjek has put together an example of, it's kind of like it's a self-assessment tool, and it's divided into criteria like the EC membership, our financial resources, our outreach and visibility, and you go through each person on the commission on your own, not talking to other people. You go through it and you check off where you think we're at, and it kind of gives you an idea of, according to Anjek, are you considered a novice? Environmental Commission, this is their language, so I'm just going to read it to you. A novice, a proficient, which is like the middle, or superstar, which is the third. And so they recommend that every Environmental Commission really take it, and it kind of allows us to see where do we stand in terms of what do they consider to be like an elite Environmental Commission, and where can we improve, and where are we doing great. So I thought it would be great if we could do it. I can pass it around, and then if everyone wants to, it's literally just 6 questions that you check mark off. It's very simple, and we can talk about it at the next meeting.
If you look at the resumes of our members, we are superstars.
We are, that's true. That's true, but this
That's
is,
what-
here, so take that, and for the next meeting, or if you're sitting here and you can multitask, okay, yeah. If you want to multitask and check off, and you can hand it to me afterwards.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, check it off if you can while you're reading.
Mission is 10.
And there you go. I think it would be nice to see where, I think it'll give us, especially at the end of the year is coming, we like to do our goals, our vision and goals and our annual. I mean, if you can listen and multitask at the same time. If not, you can give it to me next time. I think it'll be good. It's a good way to help us like kind of set up our goals for next year.
Yeah. So, the next item on new business is the Sierra Club webinar on PGM. That's the Pennsylvania, Jersey,
Yes.
Maryland grid,
Ted and
which is
Stan
now
attended it.
much larger than it was before. So, you both went.
Yeah, I mean, it was a virtual online
Oh, like a Zoom
thing,
thing.
but they had, somebody from Sierra clubs in each of the states reporting on what the situation is there, and, I think particularly interesting was the report on Pennsylvania, which it is an energy exporter. I don't know whether that's because it's having a lot of natural gas, but apparently they,
They do fracking too,
yeah, fracking to generate natural gas, whereas New Jersey is a net importer of, but there's interest in, I mean, certainly at the Sierra Club level, but even at the level of the governors in a number of the states of getting PJM to shape up and fly right, because they tend to have a queue along of proposed projects they had a 5-year backlog, and they're now reducing the backlog, but they tend to favor acting on fossil fuel projects, not on solar or wind projects. And the solar now is, I think both solar and onshore wind are cheaper than fueled projects. So but by focusing on not only approving new gas-powered generating plants, but not closing coal-powered generating plants, so that they're not doing at all what they could be doing for carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But also, if they would approve the solar and I guess onshore wind, those are actually cheaper than new gas plants, so that the price has gone up because they have focused on fossil fuel, mainly natural gas, but even existing coal generating plants, and put off the solar ones, which would be cheaper. But the governors, to some extent, and particularly Pennsylvania, which has apparently said, well, we might leave PJM, despite the fact that it's P.
It was originally Pennsylvania, Jersey, Maryland.
That's what it was.
That's what PJM stands for.
Yeah, it does.
They are not doing well for at least Jersey, so.
They've gone into Ohio.
It's everywhere. Every state, Republican states.
Well,
energy
they have,
prices are
yeah,
skyrocketing
they
in
have,
every state.
Section,
northern Illinois, Chicago is in the PJM area.
a section of Michigan, I think.
A
small.
very small section of Michigan, and that was, I think, the one
But
state that they didn't say.
West Virginia is totally in, right?
So West Virginia is totally in.
Yeah.
Pieces of
Oh, sorry, my bad, go ahead.
Indiana, but most importantly, Virginia, all of Virginia. And they say Virginia is where they're really building these data centers, which consume huge amounts of electricity, largely for cooling the data centers as well as to actually.
I don't know whether it was mentioned, but the problem is the peak. And the data centers, they follow the usage. So if people are using internet and asking for data, then you have a peak. So when people are working, which is during the day, that's where you get a peak. But at night, I assume they may consume less energy, and that's where electric vehicles charge. So, if somebody's complaining about electric vehicles, they don't contribute to the problem that we have in the grid, because they are charging at night when load is low.
Yeah, the thing is that if somebody wants to build a new facility of any type, they have to get approved by PJM for tying up to the grid, and they can't go ahead building until they get a PJM approval, because they'd be committing money to the building, and if PJM then didn't approve them, they would be out a great deal of money without being able to recover it by running the facility.
Yeah.
So you can't really move ahead with a project until PJM approves you for hookup.
And the backlog is about 5 years. It's long asked for clean energy projects, which are the cheapest. And 2 auctions ago, if 30% of the clean energy projects that were waiting in the queue got hooked up, our electricity rates currently would be 63% cheaper than they were a year ago. It's because Ted's underselling that they prefer oil, gas, and coal. They prefer oil, gas, and coal because the people in the room voting are the oil, gas, and coal executives.
Yeah.
And they vote in private, although New Jersey just passed a law and the governor signed it to make their votes public. And they pick the projects of their friends across the table who are also oil and gas, not that you guys are, oil and gas executives, and profit from those technologies that are more expensive. And that's also what's driving up our costs. So it's bad news bears. Corporate greed could be summarized as.
Capitalism run amok.
Well, there's no control. The states don't have control because this regional authority has control, and the voting membership are the energy generators, which are oil, gas, and coal. 99% of the energy we get. So they're trying to convince us that rising prices are a reason to move into more oil, gas, and coal. But that's where we get our energy now. So solar's the cheapest. Onshore wind is the second cheapest. That's where the future is, because it's not only lower cost, it's also not going to cause cancer, asthma, heart disease, climate change. The jobs are local, etc.
But we also need energy storage.
Geothermal is great too, but not necessarily for us driving
No, I
energy
know.
power,
I have
but
a
lowering
source.
demand, helping to
But we
neutralize.
need the energy storage also a lot.
And batteries, yeah, could
Because
help.
that's where the peak is problem, because the worst coal power plants are peak power plants.
Correct.
So in order to recoup the investment that they have, when they sell electricity during peak, it's very expensive.
They run auctions.
But you should know that this council passed last week, and
I
in
read
another
that.
week,
Yes.
they'll finally pass data centers in Franklin can't fake or purposefully create their own power generation from dirty sources, so polluting sources, fossil fuels. A lot of places, these data centers are coming in and bringing their own power with really dirty diesel generators, and they're spewing all kinds of toxins into the air.
Yeah, I
It's
think
another issue.
that actually has lots of state traction because
We're the
other
first town to pass it. And
Yeah.
First time, yeah.
Everyone's gonna follow,
Yeah,
100%.
That's what the plan is. Yeah.
That was the mayor's
done?
idea.
Is it second reading, or is it?
Second reading will be next week,
Next week.
Tuesday. So if you want to come and say something nice or just watch.
That's important. Now with the Fed cutting back on wind turbines as well.
Stupid.
It's stupid. Everything's in the wrong direction.
When you're paid off by the oil, gas, and coal industry, you kill the other technologies, so the people who paid you off get money.
But Trump has a particular peak against offshore wind because
They didn't do
he
any
looked
money.
out from his golf course in Scotland and he
yeah,
could see
Aberdeen.
offshore windmills and he didn't like them.
He also didn't like electric vehicles until Elon Musk gave him a big hug,
Oh, that's
and then he was a used car dealer. For,
On the White House.
Yeah,
on the White
I don't
House
know
lawn.
if he really believes in anything.
Well-
I shouldn't get too political.
The
on
wave,
news, but
the wave collection.
which one?
Turbine, it's wave generation, you can drive a turbine.
Yeah, it's very new and sort of unproven to
I thought there
be.
was some in Europe, I think there's some.
I don't mean
people doing it.
unproven to work, unproven to be economical, but worth
It
exploring.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Tidal too, like when the tide comes in, raises a buoy up and then it goes down. The buoy goes down and spins an engine and it rises up. So the same as wave.
But then you are using the area at the shore where people want to recreate. No?
I mean, the jetties are using the area at the shore where people want to. It's choice. It's all about choices. Either
Today I read an article that China developed the first airborne wind turbine. So it's like big inflatable. They have helium inside, and it has the shape of turbine, and there are 12 independent generators, wind generators, and it's up in the air. But it created lots of fake follow-up news because people use artificial intelligence to generate images how it is somewhere up in the sky. The biggest problem is that you still have to have it wired. Okay? So, and the higher it is, the more wire you have to actually raise up.
more tension.
And then
the
the
wire
gas
can collapse on its own length.
and the gas inside, it's very volatile. It will diffuse eventually through the casing. So it's so screamingly unsustainable. But some people like it that it's not going to, that it lowers the cost because you don't have to build a tower, right? You have to keep refilling the gas. And if you switch to hydrogen, which would be a-okay, because unlike Zeppelin, which when you carry people and hydrogen blows up, you don't like it, but this doesn't carry people. But no matter, you use hydrogen or helium, both of them will escape through the wall. And hydrogen is indirect greenhouse gas because it's interfering with the degradation of methane in the atmosphere. Right? So methane is substantially higher index than carbon dioxide by itself, but the UV light is killing it eventually. And when you have hydrogen in the air, the hydrogen takes precedence so that methane remains intact. So
Plus, of course, you have to put in energy to generate hydrogen.
Right, a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot.
and helium is a limited resource. So that
Yeah.
we need helium for supermagnets, for magnetic resonance, for analysis in chemistry, and all that. So that industry is already suffering. While the biggest use of helium is in entertainment balloons. Sorry that I digress, but
Entertainment balloons, meaning balloons that people use.
yeah, for party balloons.
Oh my goodness.
So,
that
but
makes sense.
anyway, so
You should have said that whole thing while breathing in the helium from a balloon and done it at a higher pitch. It would have made it more.
Next time you bring the balloons.
Yeah, next time we bring a balloon.
No, I will not do that.
No, it's fascinating.
By the way, those entertainment balloons, they have a mixture of nitrogen and helium because they figured out that they don't need to use straight lithium because people
Sure.
don't appreciate it, So they dilute it to the point that it's barely having lift, but you have only a small percentage of helium, and when you use it for the breathing, you would not probably get the effect.
Oh, not like the good old
Not
days.
the last time I breathed it, but maybe recent.
You did? You tried it? Okay.
For my birthday this year.
I'm not going there.
53. I can breathe.
I think I'm gonna change the subject. Committee reports are next on the agenda. Is there anything, Marie, anything? Nothing?
We don't release
Not,
it.
as of now, we asked, Ellen, remember, we were to prepare.
Oh, shit.
That's okay. Ellen.
Don't put that in the notes.
That's all right.
Record, on the record.
Oh,
And
You're
workshop on
good.
compost, something like that. It was a topic on composting in the
yeah.
fall.
I mean, I started pulling up my, my files. So,
You gave me a packet on
yes,
composting.
a while
I still
ago.
have that.
So, I don't know if that, if you think it's gonna happen, but you need any help from us? What you need from us?
Well, one, I always need a deadline that that I'm shooting for. And two, it's like, if I don't find my files, I know where I sent a copy of my files. And yeah, I'm really, really passionate about food waste composting.
Before Thanksgiving.
What?
Before Thanksgiving, that would be probably the best deadline. What people are going to do with their waste of food, food waste.
I mean, I do a little food waste composting. Don't tell the president of my board, But I'm lucky I have woods nearby, and I, figure
That's
out.
what we have next, and also a second, I think we talk about having another event about energy. But that's still
Okay.
on energy education.
Yeah.
Are there any other hot topics or environmental legs that we haven't talked about tonight?
The only thing I want to bring up is right before this meeting, Councilmember Potasnik and I met with Schneider Electric. They are working through BPU to kind of advance this energy savings improvement program. And basically what it is that municipalities can work with a vendor that's through NJBPU, the Board of Public Utilities. Actually, this is probably right up your alley, Javon, if you're interested in this kind of thing. And what they do is they do an assessment of all of our buildings to see where we can conserve energy and what projects we could do that would be energy efficiency measures that we can implement. They do this for us for free. And then through the BPU, you basically can get projects spread out over a period of 15 years, financed and spread out over a period of 15 to 20 years for projects that you can show the savings are greater than the amount of the project to actually implement and construct. So we had a great, preliminary initial meeting with them. The assessment and everything is completely free. So we're going to basically, they met with Bob Vornlocker back in April. He's provided them with the bills, the electric bills that they need. So we're going to try and work on getting them the building plans for our municipal buildings here. And then they can go through and start doing the assessment. And what they'll give us is basically a list of recommendations of energy savings projects that we can do. And it'll have a cost assessment, estimate with it, and a potential energy savings with it. Yep.
How is that financed? Is that done through like muni bonds or something?
Yes, it's done through bonds. Yep, it's done through bonds, and it's over 15 to 20 year period. So it allows it basically to be a cost neutral project. So no cost, if not better. Technically, it could make money on it. Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand like the financials of it. So the municipality gets the payments from people
More
buying the
cost
bonds,
savings,
right? Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
So the municipality, they pay, I guess, the bond interest every once in a while, but the bond interest is going to be lower than what the estimated savings are. I'm
Yes.
assuming. So
Correct.
eventually, I guess after 15 years, it's a
Then we
net black, I guess.
Yes,
right?
it
Net
is.
black.
Then we actually just start making money. And like
Wow.
Ed said, some of the projects, it might be that we already, our payment might be, say your payment was $100. It's obviously more than that. If our energy savings are $200, then we save $100. So really, we stand to save a lot of money. It takes a lot of assessment up front. It takes a lot of recommendations. It takes a lot of working with energy consultants. But this is a program that's run by the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities. Like we said, it's cost neutral, and we're in the preliminary phases of kind of looking in to see if it's something worth working into. But we did talk about, can we have the EC involved? Because you guys have great ideas and you know a lot about energy savings, and they said absolutely, of course, they welcome that. So, so right now we're literally in the data phase, gathering data.
We had a lot of assessment of our energy efficiency back in the last decade.
Yes, we do, with the audits. Now, those audits are considered now like expired. So part of it is you get new audits, part of the ESIP program, which is great.
Well, it sounds as if this could suggest bigger changes than
bigger
the
projects.
Earlier,
Yes.
bigger projects.
Yes, not just
the
changing
earlier.
lighting or anything, bigger projects.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, Stan.
What is the role of Schneider? You said the Schneider Electric.
So Schneider is the BPU basically has approved consultants that they say, yes, you can work with these guys because we know they do the work the way we want it done, and they understand the program.
Selected by BPO.
When the council selected them.
Yes.
They're an approved vendor from.
They're an approved vendor.
the BPU.
Yeah. So I think there's like 10 or 15, they said, approved vendors.
Oh, they have list of vendors.
They do, yep.
It's
And,
similar to
yeah.
the school ESIP program, which, can generate substantial savings, So everything like these lights are fluorescent, well, many of the bulbs don't work, but they actually take a ton of electricity. They're lower electricity than, incandescent, but they still take a bunch. So switching these to LED would be massive savings, but it's beyond lighting. It's also HVAC. It can be weatherization, insulation. So you're using less energy because you're insulated. A lot of these buildings, the roofs, they're flat. They're not well insulated. Could even be leaky roofs as part of that. That's why it's just a cost that's not recovered in savings. But as you're doing the insulation, you redo the roof. But all the energy savings helps drive the savings, so there's no cost to the taxpayer for a roof they would have replaced anyway.
So it's definitely going to take time to kind of even get to the point. But what Schneider potentially maybe can do, if we can get them all the information they need, they may be able by the end of the year to get us like this list of, we think here's the big project you should focus on, and here's how it can be financed. And then we can look at it and make recommendations to the council about which one should be prioritized. And we'll have information. The assessment is all done, it's covered, so we don't have to pay anything for it. So Javon, this is something that now we didn't have this project at the last meeting. Now this project is something, it involves a lot of, walking through the building, looking at recommendations. This might be something that you're interested in that could be of super help. Or there's other, not to pressure you, but just letting you know. So we're moving and working.
Is that Schneider with an just
Schneider,
S-N-Y, or is it
S-C-N-E?
S-C-N-E?
Yeah, S-C-H, Schneider, S-C-H-N-E-I-D-E-R.
They also install charging stations, no, Schneider.
They do, yes.
They also are an electric supplier. Mostly.
I think their plan is a really good plan, and I think it's going to give us a lot of information that we need, because obviously we're not going to be able to implement 30 to 50 projects, but we will be able to see what the cost estimate is, how long it needs to be financed for, how much money extra we might be standing to make, as well as how much energy we're going to save. And one really cool thing, they read our community energy plan. I thought that was great. Anytime someone reads anything, any planning document, it makes me happy.
Yeah, they get you right there.
It does. I'm like, thank you. Because it's like a lot of times I know it's like as a planner, it's like you write all these planning documents. I'm like, does anyone read them?
They did.
So,
They
yes.
did.
So we'll keep you posted.
Jack and Julia.
Okay.
Very good, yeah. That was all I had for.
Okay, well, that completes new business. We're at old business.
Leave the leaves.
Program.
Stan, do you have anything on Leave the Leaves?
Yes, so I got the video that the Kafas family produced. I sent it today in the afternoon. It was produced along with my daughter. Daughter was asking questions. And can you It's 5 minutes. I think we can watch it, right?
Yeah,
It's not a big
it's
deal.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, you watched it,
Yeah.
Ellen?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Someday.
Let's see.
I found I have some notes, Maria. I got pulled.
Do we have sound?
Yes, give me 1 second here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. My name is Maria, and I'm a student.
Echo.
Having echo, hang on.
I like it.
Interesting. Why is it not just playing there?
Franklin High School.
Okay, I need to lower my volume on my computer. Let's see.
The watershed.
It's awesome.
Really good. That was great. Okay.
Superstars.
Stan, can you get me that video? Do I have that video now? Because I want to give it to the environmental.
It should be in your inbox.
Can I walk?
So we want to post this on our Environmental Commission Facebook and website,
Sure.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I think it's super
Can
informative.
also be sent in the email, blast.
Oh, right, the email blast on website.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you. That's really cool. It came out great. All right, I'll make a note to post on our website and social media and the email blast. Cool. All right. Okay. You want to do the next item on the agenda?
All right, that's, I'll skip the stuff.
I'll skip, there's really nothing for skip
No.
and stuff. Last time I gave Stan some of the clings and the signs. Skip the stuff, Javon, just real quick, is, we basically had these window clings made and signs that basically can go to takeout restaurants that say, we're not this restaurant is not giving you, your straws and your napkins and condiments and all that. If you want them, you have to ask for them, but they're not gonna automatically just throw a bunch of stuff in the bag.
Got it.
And so we're right now at the point of trying to get businesses to do this, to basically, and we're going to give you a cling that says skip the stuff and an informational sign that says if you want this, you have to ask for it. Or like Jersey Mike's, for example, they just put everything on a table, so they won't give you a straw or ketchup or anything, but if you want it, you can go get it. Because basically there's this movement that shows there are hundreds of thousands of pounds of this stuff, which is like condiment packets and plastic utensils and that are just automatically thrown away with the bag, complete waste. So we're trying to get some of our businesses. So I gave some to Robin. She went to the Chamber of Commerce. I gave some to Stan. If anyone frequents any places or knows anyone and thinks that they might want to participate, I'm happy to give you some of the clings and the signs. If the restaurant chooses to do it, we ask that they take a picture of where they hung it up. And then we're going to make a directory on our website that basically directs people like here's restaurants that participate in this. So it's kind of like another level of advertisement for them.
I had stopped in at the Jersey Mike's on Cedar Grove.
Oh, they should have it because they already have it in place.
Yeah.
You could even take the pictures if you know it's
Oh,
there.
it's there now? Good.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I can give you the cling.
Yeah, give me the cling and
I'll give it
bring
to you
over.
before we leave.
Yeah,
Okay. Does anyone? I'll go to my office before we leave and get them. If anyone wants them, just hang back.
Yeah, I talked to the manager on that site on Cedar Grove.
Yeah, that would be
and
great.
They were pleased about it. It also gives them something to report back to corporate, how they're a good corporate citizen.
Ah.
And that helps the franchise to look good, but it also gives them some free PR.
It saves them money.
They are a major sponsor for Rutgers Athletics.
Yes.
Are you looking for them to accept it there as well?
Well, so technically that's in New Brunswick, although I'm not opposed if they want one of our clings. It doesn't matter to me. They can put it up there because you're right. If they do that in the stadium, I think that would be good. Yeah, for sure. Okay, good idea.
Okay. update on the youth member? Anything happening, Ed, at the council level?
Currently, there are not supposed to be any youth members on anything because there's no rule for that. So they're working on updating for a township-wide policy, but I don't think it's like high on the list. So I have to follow up with Bob.
I think we've gotten that impression.
But it'd be nice because the school year started already, and we hope to have that
Yeah.
already for this school.
I mean, that's the other thing I want to bring to, that we're going to be, in November, we're going to award Cedar Grove, not Cedar Grove, Pine Grove School and High School Environmental Achievement Awards.
Oh, great.
So we just have to get Tara was going to get the
plaque
date.
should be done at the end of the week.
We'll do that at the council meeting again?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And I got some nice emails. I called the Board of Ed, and I got the superintendent of schools and somebody else, and they said, oh, we're interested, but could you add the high school? Because Pine Grove had the highest number of points on Sustainable Jersey.
Nice.
But the high school is in a different category,
Okay.
and they've done stuff, and they wanted it, so I said, sure. I mean, usually we have 2 plaques a year anyway.
Right, I don't think we did that though.
No.
Only
We
because,
decided on 1 plaque and then 2 runners up.
Yeah, but now,
was the one
but
plaque.
the Board of Ed came back and asked us if we would do 1 for the high school and 1 for Pine Grove. And I said.
I only had 1 plaque made for Pine Grove.
And only 1 for Pine Grove. Can you get 1 for the high school?
The high school paid for it then.
I can, but it's,
If you want.
because we're doing the other
Stand-up
plaque is for, the person, the individual person.
Oh, yeah.
So we can vote, and if you wanna get another plaque made, only because I don't have it in the budget, that's
I'd
the
like
only
to,
thing.
yeah, I'd like to do that.
It's also because Elizabeth Avenue School scored higher than the high school.
Right.
So,
Yeah, those were,
And Pine Grove did also.
All right,
yeah, and Pine Grove.
Certificate of honors or?
that's why we had the 1 and then the 2 runner-ups. And tell the high school, if
high
they
school
want a
is
plaque
good.
next year, to
The
get
high
the
school's
butts in
in
gear.
the category.
Get their butts in here. So Ryan, if you want it next year, get your butt in
Yeah,
here.
I'd like to do it.
It's, if you wanna put it out for, listen, I just do what I'm told.
I know.
Make sure we don't corrupt the program, We have
So
general
setting a
guidelines.
precedent by doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to get a vote, ask for a vote on this,
Sure.
doing the plaque for the high school.
Can we have a certificate for the other 2 schools, the runner-ups?
I thought that's what was the plan, was the certificate.
Are we recognizing more than 1 school? No.
No.
Well, I think if you look at the minutes, I think in the minutes from the last
You
meeting.
mentioned that, honorary.
It was a request that came back from the
Yes,
superintendent.
but I wouldn't. Okay, well,
Well, I mean, anybody
I
can
was-
make a request.
Yeah, but this was different.
mending with
It's
the
not just
idea, but not on a formal basis.
Like I said, let them get their butts in gear. And maybe next year they'll get it.
Well, we give an
We don't have
award
to have it
and an
formal.
honorable mention.
We
No,
just,
we can make it an informal, it doesn't have to be a plaque, it can be a certificate as runners-up.
you mean that we would do this?
I'm talking about the high school is a separate category. They're not in the same category as the elementary schools.
But we only have 2 categories for the environmental commission.
We have individual and organization, so from that viewpoint, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what we talked about originally, was should we give it to the school district as just like a whole?
No.
Or we ended up,
No, we did zero in on the number of points.
Because after all, those who are really doing the job, it's not the board. These are the individual people in those schools.
Yes, and the
Right.
teachers.
So
And
that's supported by the
They
school.
were one of the silver ones. The bronzes were lower, and there were silvers, and the Pine Grove had more points than any of the others.
And we should go with more points.
And that's what we voted on last time for Pine Grove.
Let me look at the minutes.
Yeah, the minutes, I believe, say that Pine
Yeah.
Grove, and then the 2 others as the runners-up, that we might recognize them with certificates or something like that.
You could do a certificate maybe for the high school.
I don't even know if it says certificates, if we're just recognizing them as.
We could, with a certificate, we
Okay, we will
don't.
give the institutional award to only 1 school, Pine Grove Manor, but we'll give honorable mention to the high school and the.
Yeah, that's
having a
verbal,
school.
verbal.
What did it say about the high school?
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
So when Pine Grove is given the plaque at the podium at the council meeting, whoever's giving it can also say, an honorable mention goes to the high school and so because X, Y, Z.
That way, all right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So a certificate or no? We're talking
Do
about,
a certificate for the high school.
are you saying certificate, you guys are saying certificate or no?
I wasn't saying certificate, I mean,
To you, if you want to give
I
a
think we can do
certificate.
that.
they're giving
Put up
a
a-
verbal,
Prepare some sort of certificate
Yeah.
for
The high
the
school.
runners up, fine.
Honorable mention.
We only have the one plaque.
I'll have to go back to them, let them know.
Well, so what are they thinking? That they're getting a plaque?
They think they're gonna get an award, yeah. Yeah.
For the high
well, then give them
High
a
school.
certificate.
We can give them a certificate. You
That's
want
what I'm
the
thinking.
certificate?
We could
Yeah,
do
sure.
that, yeah, we'll give them a certificate.
It'll just be something that like we print up, is that okay?
Yeah.
Or, okay, yeah, all right, cool. I mean, because the plaques I already had ordered, like I said though, it's like I can't just just order a new plaque without getting like the go ahead basically.
Just tell them that it's now logistically
Yeah, okay, that's a good way.
impossible to
Yeah.
prepare a second plaque.
Okay, all right, well, I asked Anne Marie to get us on the agenda and the plaques will be in at the end of the week, so we're in good shape. I haven't reached out, well, I know you reached out to the school,
Yeah.
I haven't reached out to Jessica, so it's up to you, do you wanna do that?
Jessica, who's Jessica?
Johnson?
I didn't talk to her, I have to look at my email.
Okay, if you want to reach out, or I can make a letter, it's up to you guys.
If I can bring it up here now, I'll look for Board of Ed.
Do you wanna just reach out to her and let her know, this way?
Yeah, you have to get.
Yeah, it's better to get her
Yeah.
to, because you want to have her to the meeting.
We'll have somebody at the meeting from the high school, yeah.
Okay. No, Jessica is getting the individual award,
Oh, that's the one from high, yes, okay.
or I can reach out to her. Either one, yeah, okay. All right, that's it then for that.
Okay.
And the November meeting, that presentation is when?
It's, what's
Oh,
the date
We
of
normally do it the second meeting in
The second meeting,
November.
yeah.
Let me look, cause I know the date, let me check the date.
See you next time.
Bye, Maria, have a good night.
Take care.
See you later.
He's mine.
Okay.
He's mine.
Oh, thank you so much, thanks. We are on then for November 25th. Hold on your pen for a sec.
Sure.
Okay, yep, okay, sounds good. There you go. All right, you want to go to the next item, Paul?
Next
Actually, the
item-
next item is just,
The other old business, yeah.
any other old business? No?
Okay. No other old business.
No.
There's no public left to comment on, so we'll skip that. And we'll make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Wait. So did we want to have any presentation about composting? I thought.
Ellen said she's gonna work on it. She's gonna work on putting it together.
Some resources. I'd work better with knowing the
shall we-
deadline and what exactly you want.
As we are looking to resources, can we set up a date?
Maria and Ellen talked about this before at the meeting. Ellen is gonna get her, they're gonna talk before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Try to do something before Thanksgiving,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because deadline, right? It was like.
Yeah.
the deadline,
I
okay.
need a deadline.
No, it makes sense, okay.
Okay. So we can adjourn now, I think, then, Paul.
Okay. Meeting adjourned.
Awesome.